Ooh, yo. Kind of a random impromptu stream, but you know, we've been enjoying these recently. Alright, let me send out some notifications. I don't know how long of a stream it's going to be. It might be a short one. But I am doing a barb chaining stream. I know, dude. Not many people think that I do barb chaining streams nowadays, but let me let me get the announcement out there. Lucid, what's going on, man? I literally just turned this on. I got home. I just ate a Chipotle burrito. It's about, you know, 1,000,000 degrees in my stomach. And yeah, that was rough. So, but here we are, man. We're gonna send out some of the announcements. Just chill on stream today, you know, nothing too crazy. So I figured I gotta do, you know, my due diligence of actually barb chaining and showing that I do it, you know? Alright. There we go. Announcements are sent out. We'll get a few more people flooding in here. But yeah, man, this has been a pretty active day one for me. I've already hit my 800 barbs. It's like impossible to barb chain at work, though. It is impossible to barb chain at work. Poke, what's up, man? Not drinking tonight, man. We got water here. We got some water. And honestly, after yesterday, I needed it. I was dehydrated, man. You got a matchmaking? Yes, and it's a good one. So if you haven't tuned in or you were not in yesterday's stream, we are matched against 1079 and 3473. We are allied with 1718. So work really does impede on the gaming time. Oh, big time. Especially when you commute an hour and a half and you work 9-hour days, right? That adds up to 12 hours. So, you know, I was driving home and Chipotle was just calling my name. It was calling my name. So I had to stop and get Chipotle. And then, of course, by the time I'm actually back at my apartment, it is, what time is it? It is 7:30. And I was like, you know what? God, I kind of want to just do a quick stream. It's not going to be a super long stream. It's, you know, maybe like 45 minutes, an hour. Just chain a little bit. And then I'm going to hop on some Counter-Strike with some IRL friends of mine. But I did want to hop on today. Are you able to show any of the stats on each kingdom? Yeah, give me a sec. In fact, that's what the thumbnail is. Oh, absolutely brutal. Wait. Oh, tough chain there. Tough chain. But yeah, while I walk here, there are no barbs to chain. That is true. that is very true. All right. So I'll let you look at this for a little bit. Again, this is what I'm using for a thumbnail, only because it's not because it's the most accurate representation. The power is scanning like top 1000 instead of top 300, but the KP is about accurate. So don't take the power into account here. Mainly just the kill points. But that's what we're looking at. All in all, relatively even, I would say. Dude, I gotta sit here and try to compete with Akanada's 10 chaining pilots, and it's brutal. I think he's first and second. Oh, no, not second. He's got his main and his ult going. This guy's crazy. Absolutely insane. I'm ranked 48. I was not able to barb chain as much as I would have liked at work. Unfortunately, I don't work virtually anymore, so, you know, I'm in the office. I chained a little bit on my, on my phone, and then last night, but goodness. And there really feels like there are, just really feels like there are no barbs, especially in the early parts of the zone when everyone's competing. I guess I could have gone up there, but whatever. I'm honestly pretty content with a chain of 3 at any given point. You can see this is kind of what I've been chaining today. So, you know, it's like it's all 3s, 4s, 5s, 3s, 5s, 3s, 5s, 3s, 8s. You know, you get lucky 6, but yeah, it's that's all we got, man. That's all we got. Am I planning to push an honor rank? So I'm kind of. Where's the honor rankings? They're up here, right? I mean, I always go top 20, so I mean, I'll be in top 20. But as far as like first place, there's no chance you're getting first with Akanata in the KvK, because he's probably already having opened about 1.5 million action points. And he doesn't even care about the passive generation, he just cares about how much gems it'll cost him. So he doesn't do the passive generation, he just opens it in advance. Because if you didn't know, you could just open all this at once. But, yeah, I mean, I've got more AP than I've pretty much ever had going into KvK, at least in the last 2 years. So, it looks pretty solid. Yeah, you guys will win for sure. 17, 18 are beasts. So, I mean, yeah, they are obviously a very good kingdom. They're our allies, and, you know, I hope that we do very well. It is not a win for sure. That's if you're counting out Water Camp, I mean, you should reconsider. While 1718 is undoubtedly the strongest kingdom, Water Camp's got some good camp members in there. And as Lore said, yeah, 3473 is really good. They did just drain themselves a lot, but obviously, you know, they've got Chadsky's ult account, which has probably dropped maybe 30 or 40 gold chests since he's gotten there, because he's trying to catch up from being at literally 0 when the 2293 account is there. So I know they're getting some good gold chests with him and Akanata. So, you know, they've recovered. Obviously, they haven't recovered everything, but I'd say their average player is probably at about 800 to 1,000 days of speed ups, and depending on how you use it, could go for about, you know, 3 billion kill points. So I mean, if I wouldn't say that they're super drained, but the big players tend to gem AP all off season to go into KvK with like 800k AP on the bar. Yeah, I mean, that's some absolute mega cracking stuff. I don't think that's worth it at all, because you don't gain any passive AP. You get none. So, you know, I think it's like 2.5 AP bars, like full AP bars a day, something like that. And yeah, at some point, man, it's like, in order for that to be worth it, you have to be killing so many bars, it's ridiculous. You should have 3v1 1718, that would just not even be remotely fair. Oh, but yeah, we'll try to end this KvK in top 20 honor. Keep the streak alive. I think I'm on like 10 or 11 in a row with top 20 honors, so you know, we get after it here. I did say that my goal was to get 2k days of speeds before the fighting started, and I didn't realize how many speeds that that swap event would give me, that the research speed ups and stuff, research and building into the training and healing. I got like almost 100 days of healing, and then I got like 500 days of training, which is ridiculous. So I'm feeling pretty good about hitting my 2k goal before the fighting starts, which is next Thursday. So 8 days from now is when the fighting starts. Also, this is without the 30% all damage. Dude, these barbs, and by the way, my tech is all inf tech. Like, these barbs would be dying so fast if I had cap tech. Swap event is definitely sweet, at least the first go around. Yeah, I mean, if you have enough research speed-ups and stuff to continue to go, right? Like, I've still got 875 of research and 304 of building, so I'll be able to go for another few KvKs and do what I did. But many players won't get nearly as many the second go around. Yeah, absolutely. That is very true. But now it's like, whenever I... Like, God, I'm so... Oh, man. I think if you could, like, go back and request Duke and request, like, title, scientist, and architect every time you were building all those things, like... I wasted so many research speed-ups, it's crazy. It's crazy. I would literally spend like a 24-hour speed-up of research to research like 30 minutes because of the quest. So you guys know the Bastion quest, right? And sometimes you get a quest that's like spend 400 minutes of speed-ups. I think that's equal to like, what like an 8-hour or a 12-hour, something like that. I can't. I'm not a math genius off the top of my head, but I would literally spend like a 24-hour speed up just to get that thing done instantly, and now I regret it. Now I regret it. Go back and like min-max all that stuff and wait for helps and nah, dude. No way. You're not SVIP yet, damn? Yeah. You know, just not that big of a whale, I guess. Yeah, fake, I know. Barb chaining stream, isn't that insane? Just turning it on, doing a quick stream, just seeing who's up, who's still awake, you know? Barb chain god, let's go. Far off from a barb chain god, but you know, we will there's somebody already there. Let's see if I can chain this. We do what we can. But god, these barbs are like few and far between, man. Right? Is there give me that's something a little bit better. Definitely wasted hundreds of days of research speeds. Yeah, dude, it's tough out here. Kane, which March stopped New Archer Rally? You're saying which Garrison pair stops the New Archer Rally? I think the best thing into it is Gorgotoku. And Gorgotoku still gets countered by it. So, like, it's... I don't think there's anything that really does well into it. The thing that makes the Archer Rally quote-unquote weaker is it's pretty susceptible to Swarm, but yeah. Damn, that Barb running away? Yeah. I think once you've been Barb chaining for long enough, you kind of get a grasp for how they're gonna move, and it's really frustrating to like walk up to a Barb and then watch it just run away and then your chain is ruined, or when you're already attacking it, right? And because Barb's leash, so the Barb will start to leash away from you, and it's just like, oh. I liked your video. Thanks, man. I put a lot of effort into that one. For those of you who don't know, I made a video, and I talked about it with my community a good bit in 1981, and just kind of gave an update on Rise of Kingdoms as a whole. And look, I've been playing this game for a long time. The game has changed a lot, and you know, I'm an OG guy, and not many people say like it's better now than it ever was, right? That's why nostalgia hits. Everything was better in the past. So did I like Rise of Kingdoms more 2 years ago? Maybe. I don't really know. But it's definitely changed, and as somebody who spends a lot of time and a lot of money, right, it's like it devalues my commitment to the game, and that doesn't make me feel good. So I tried to use that as one of the points, but just not even talking selfishly. I think, you know, people just need more resources and speed ups. The pace of the game has changed. Like, new tech has made piloting even more important now, since it's a lot harder to make progress now unless the other side has real downtime comparatively. Yeah, 100%. And look, I don't mind long fights, and I think I said this in the video, like, long fights are where the game thrives. But when I have to stop playing the game, and look, resource management is the thing, right? You got to manage your speed ups, you got to manage your resources. Not everybody can just have unlimited of everything, but to go into every KvK and having the feeling that you have to take these incredibly long off seasons just to be able to play the game, or else you're just going to be outclassed by, you know, somebody who's taking a longer off season. Like, it's just, it feels bad because the regeneration rate is so low. And if I'm a good player and I'm getting anywhere from, you know, 2 to, I mean, let's just say 2 bill plus KP for your average KvKs, like, I mean, it's draining. It takes a lot out of you. So, and now it's even more impossible to do that and push Zeniths and play events. Like, it's just, you know, there's no shot. There's no shot. But I do appreciate the comment on the video. I did work pretty hard on that. You guys have no idea how many takes like it takes to record yourself doing something. When I'm streaming, right? When I'm streaming, it's really easy because you guys chat and I interact with chat. Or if, you know, there's nobody chatting for a few minutes, then I can just talk about something, right? It's whatever's off the top of my head. And I can say things like and make mistakes or whatever it is, or say something that maybe I can make a mistake, right? How often do I say like I'm reading somebody's name and I read it backwards or something, right? You know, like I can't do that when I'm making a video, or else I feel like I sound unprofessional. And I did it a few times and whatever, but it takes me a lot of takes to make a video. That video took me well over 8 to 12 hours to create. How are we supposed to fight with no resources and speeds? Yeah, and that's what I mean, right? Like, and that's why I tried to put that graph up there with like the people with a lot of time are actually the people who are playing your game, right? Like, I mean, the people who are playing KvKs and making these fights last for 4 days are your players, right? And so if you're making it so that the players who want to play the game can't play the game, but only the people who can spend a lot of money can play the game, I mean, it's a recipe for a quick, you know, quick buck in your pocket, but I don't think it's a recipe for long-term success. And one thing that, you know, in hindsight, I wish I had mentioned is the piloting community does not necessarily mean that there are less players playing the game, but what it does mean is that there are less accounts playing the game, which means that it gives the feeling of less players. Does that make sense? So like now, instead of every player having one account that they play, you've got 5 players on one account, right? Like, it's not that those players who were playing the accounts and then quit have not stopped playing. In fact, you know, a lot of people are in this chat right now, like Zip and Fake and all that stuff, right? It's just the reality, and so it makes the game even more top heavy, and then it's just like the same people fighting each other every KvK. Like, whether or not you guys want to admit it, if you're in one of these top end kingdoms, and especially if you're involved in like the piloting world, you're literally fighting the exact same people every KvK every 2 weeks. Because, you know, you've got a pilot group who pilots for 1960, and then they pilot for the 2377 KvK, and then they pilot for the 1606 KvK, and then they pilot for the, and then you're just fighting each other. You're fighting the same people over and over again. Now you're fighting different levels of strategy and leadership, and obviously, you know, the players in there, but like the players do matter, and it's not like that insane where you're only fighting the same group of people over and over again, right? People do play their own accounts, but yeah, it's something. It's something. I think the game is technically better, but the meta keeps getting pushed more and more into the ethically questionable decisions because Lilith is turning a blind eye. Yeah. And what's up, Zip? I've just don't that after my KvK's finished, Fake quit on my account. Now I have no idea what you're trying to say, bro. That just gave me an aneurysm. I'm sorry. I've just don't that after my KvK finished, Fake quit my account. Now I pilot whales. All right. The piloting community is a disease to the game, and nobody can change my mind. I don't even think it's a disease, man. I just think, I don't know. I don't know what I think. I don't like it, but I honestly don't think it's a disease. Give a reason to spread out spenders. I feel like all the spenders in the same place. 100%. Yeah, that I would agree with. Could you imagine if there was like some system in the game that made it so that the person who dropped the most gold chest gets a special reward, but if you're like the 5th most gold chest dropper, you get like significantly less. So you get all the spenders like spread out. I don't know. That seems like I have no idea. That could definitely just not work, but that just is what came to mind. I fucked up that sentence? Yeah, clearly, man. Clearly. Can you advise on what tech to focus on? I'm a mid-spender. Tech for KvK? Yeah, I mean, you kind of want to just go all in on this. So you want to go all in econ. You want to get this and whatever it takes to get to this as fast as possible. Right? You get cutting corners 1, and then you go to cutting corners 2, and then you get all your econ tech, and then whichever unit type you focus on, man. So I'm an inf garrison, so I'll be going inf stats, but yeah, that's where we are. That's where we are. Also, the thing Seawol's Mail brought up, you can pilot just regular accounts, but leadership can usually not be piloted. You can't have any rando war leading and cooking strats. 100%, dude. But you know it's going to be crazy. And it's already happening. But you're going to have war leading pilots soon. And they're going to build up a reputation, and then they're just going to start war leading people. And they're going to charge more. But there's going to be, you know, there's going to be a market for it. Like war leading pilots that come in, and you as a leadership player can log off and, you know, sleep for a little while, and your kingdom's still getting war led, right? Like, I promise you it will happen soon. Or it's already happening. What's up, Gosu? Chaining God. I don't know, I've been choking a lot of chains recently. Already happening for some time. Yeah, I'm sure at like the high levels, right? And, you know, Zala, you guys know Zala. He says that he war leads all the time, and he does a little bit. But I mean, like, actual market, like, instead of just, hey, I'm a paid pilot, it is, hey, I am a paid war leading pilot. I charge $25 an hour, and you can sleep. You know, like something like that. And then it's not even going to be about war leads. It's just going to be about, yeah. But then it's like, what are you even playing the game for, man? Like, what are you even playing for? You're just playing to like get a dopamine hit of winning. You know, you're not even playing the game, man. And that's what I don't understand about some of these top end Krakens and whales. It's like they don't even log in, but they just do it because they want their community to win, because they like the community in a community-based game. So it's like, it's a tough middle ground, man. It's like, how do you solve that? Like, I'll be frank, man. I wouldn't, and I said this in the video too, but I wouldn't be playing this game if it wasn't for, you know, if it wasn't for the YouTube channel and 1981 and the people that I play with, like, and I definitely wouldn't be spending. I mean, obviously I have personal goals and KP goals and you know, different reasons, but yeah, I just, there's no way, man. There's no way. Seems like somebody's already going over there. Oh, no. Everyone's taking my chains, man. What you enjoy is what others might hate. That's true. I mean, people do play the game for different reasons. And maybe some of these insane Kraken accounts, insanity, I'm going to take this chain if you're not here by the time I get here. I'm sorry. Anyway, some of these huge Kraken accounts that like log in once every 2 days, like maybe they just need a stress reliever, man. They just get home from work and $1,000 doesn't mean anything to them, and they just want to see their power go up because it makes them feel good, and that's okay. Like, that's their reason. Oh, he is here. Insanity, no. Okay, it's fine. Having like 10 accounts and not touching any of them yourself is pretty funny, in my opinion. I agree, but that's our opinion, right? Can you show me your tech cane? What's the strat? I think I just went over this a few seconds ago, but you essentially do this, right? You go all in on your economic tech, so you get cutting corners max and cutting corners max as quickly as possible. Then you get cultural exchange maxed. If you are a barb chainer, definitely would recommend Barbarian bounties. If not, just get Karaku reports maxed, and then work on other stuff. The only mistake I did, because I misread it, I got this to level 5 because I thought that it was a requirement for this, but it turns out that it wasn't. I misread it. You know, first time doing the tech, I'm not going to cry over it, but I wasted, I don't know how much. It's not even that expensive, 30k for level 2. It's like, it's whatever. But I wasted a little bit. Now I'm going to move up to, I got to get this to level 8, and then I'm going to get to 6 marches, and then I'm going to max this inf tech and get as much inf tech as I can here, but I'm not going to go into swift marching, because this is like, I think this is too far. I don't know if it's possible to get to here by zone, zone 5, but anyway, I want to get 6 marches. I'm going to try to get the infantry health bonus here there's no way that I'm gonna get to, where is it? Probably here, the archer damage reduction. Like, there's just no way. So I'm gonna go all the way up to infantry health to get that maxed out, and then start focusing on other troop types. That's my guide from a garrison point of view. But you have to have a really life too. What do you mean? But then you want to see your kingdom succeed? Oh, like a real, yeah, you gotta have a real life, yeah. Saying that they play for the community would make sense if they were in the same-ish kingdoms for a long time. Most of them pilot cracking accounts are changing communities and migrate every few months. And, you know, I will say some of those accounts are not necessarily one person, right? Like, so they already belong to multiple communities. So they can migrate to whatever community they like, because their communities literally just rock. And I would say one of the positives of Rise of Kingdoms and the whole piloting, you know, bonanza is I know more people in other kingdoms now than I would have ever known, right? Like, I would have really just known, like, the people that I played KvK against and with, and then 1901 players. But the piloting world opens me up to, like, tons and tons of players, right? And they're good people. So, you know, if you find that you have 10 accounts, and I'll be honest, if I could afford it, I would probably have multiple accounts, because off-season's boring, right? And, you know, I would go from one KvK to the next KvK. I can't financially afford to do this on 2 accounts. And also, I really like min-maxing. I like really min-maxing this one account, and there's just no shot that I could min-max 2 accounts. There's no way. Is it good to focus on one troop type even if you're using a mixed march? Ooh, a mixed, like if you're using mixed marches, like you have, you know, 1 inf, 1 cav, 1 archer. No, you should definitely spread out the love a little bit. Oh, Moof, why are you at 330k? You just went all troop cap, huh? No way. You're saying Jimmy x Johnny x Vita is not the same person. I like how piloting is so well known that people just have, like, you know, Big Kane x other player. What makes Rock special is that the community goes beyond your own kingdom. Yeah. Now it's definitely a positive. Definitely a positive. And again, so I felt like my video today did not sound... I tried to make it sound like I wasn't hating on the piloting community. I hope that it didn't come across that way, because I definitely did not mean for it to sound like I was doing that. I was just trying to give the reality of the situation, which is that piloting exists, and this is what's happening, and how to maybe not stop piloting, but in essence, like, disincentivize piloting. Ooh, I need more water, man. That Chipotle burrito effed me up. Absolutely destroyed me. Spreading out the love is for 5% or less population of rock, but content creators vouch for it, leading to brainless people brainlessly ruining accounts. What do you mean, like, spreading out the love? Like, spreading out the love of your tech investments? I'd say for lower to mid spenders, it's probably good for you to have... I mean, dude, if you don't have one of each march, like, it's so tough. But if you are like an all-out free-to-play at this point with the new tech, maybe you go for, like, Siege and... I mean, it's not the best right now, but it's probably the safest for a free-to-play. I mean, it's gonna get a really strong release soon, but, like, 1 Siege march, or 2 Siege marches and Cav. I'd say Cav has traditionally been the most free-to-play friendly historically. Right now, they're obviously a little bit weaker, but just because of the march speed. I don't know. Maybe 2 troop types, but you're definitely, if you do that, right, you are at the mercy of, oh, hold on. you are at the mercy of pretty much, you know, being behind the meta. So Kane is the #1 pilot I know. I mean, I pilot a lot on the stream. It's not a secret, right? But also, I don't really pilot for me, man. I pilot for content, so it's a little bit different. And I've got friends, and I enjoy playing with those friends. And sometimes, like 1901, we'll get a few people online and on Discord, and we'll just go pilot a KvK and have some fun, right? If you were an all-out free-to-play, stop playing Rise of Kingdoms. It is how it is. I would say there are ways that you can contribute greatly while being a free-to-play. And I will say this. The #1 way that a free-to-play can participate and contribute to a kingdom is by having farms and by doing territory. And that is debatably one of the most important roles in Rise of Kingdoms. I am not kidding you. If you are the kind of player that will sit there and have 30 farms and play 30 farms because you have a ton of time and you're free to play, so you need the resources, right? Like, and you're filling on 30 farms, you are invaluable. Invaluable. And if you're building during war and doing all those things and territory planning, and like, I would rather recruit you than any whale in the game. Except for, like, you know, probably Addy or something. But if you are only playing your one main account and you are free to play with no farms, yeah, you're not going to enjoy the game then. But if you're going to try and, you know, have as large an impact as you can as a free to play, it's got to come on a multiple account basis and a kingdom management level. I'm just trolling ya. Hey, man. Sounds like internet slavery. I mean, 1981 has a few people who do it, so. That's what every pilot says. What, that, you know, they just play for fun or play for play with friends. Also, having a dedicated pilot for farms is crazy. Your activity and effectiveness is essentially more than doubled by this. Yeah, I mean, that's another service that's started recently. Now, of course, I would, you know, but I've only ever played my farms. Let me be very clear. But the thought of, like, having somebody else fill on my farms for me while I rally and garrison and coordinate on my main literally just has another march on the field. It's absurd how valuable that is. But yeah, so, you know, we were talking about how war leading pilots are going to exist and are starting to exist. Well, I guarantee you that farm pilots are going to be just as popular. And they are. Like, 1960 was doing it, and you saw how much it helped them. Oh. Ow. Maybe next KvK we're allied. I feel like if we queue in each other 3 KvKs in a row, that's we got to ally one of the 3, right? Hire Kevin to fill on small cane, medium cane, and average cane. I don't have an average cane, but maybe I should get an average cane. What do you guys think? Average cane sounds like a good next name. I think my next name though is gonna be Teeny Weeny. I've got itty bitty, so I've got medium, little, small, tiny, miniature, itty bitty, and then I wanted Teeny Weeny if I was ever gonna make another one. But yeah. But dude, I have so many troops on my farms, like, yeah, it's I don't know, man. I don't have time to go through all that. Unless I literally just sit there and don't do anything else, right? Like, my pre-ally curse y'all? Yeah, Fake was trying to spread a rumor that we were pre-allied. And, oh no, my chain is ruined. Alright, chat, let's see if I can, hold on. Watch this. I can maybe snipe this, this chain back. Watch this. Oh, I got it. Oh, professional chainer. Professional chainer. Okay, we're good. Oh, I say that, and then this thing stops attacking me. Great. Alright. Whatever. I mean, obviously, I'd love to ally 3473, man. I said this on stream during the matchmaking reveal. Like, it's on the record. The first thing that I said that I'd like to do, even before the matchmaking got revealed, I said that my best case scenario was I would have loved to fight with you guys at a severely disadvantaged KP ratio. That's literally what I said. I said that on stream. And we could have had that exact thing happen this KvK, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. Why are you so obsessed with sides? I can tell. I think it's because my nickname is Big Cane, so just naturally my farms would be Little Cane, you know? I've been up to tech. Is there a specific reason why the KvK isn't diagonal? Most people thought it was more because my camp technically has the least amount of KP. Oh, of course, that thing walked away, but it cost 0 P, right? Oh, no, it doesn't. Basically, my camp has the least amount of KP, and Fire Camp has the most amount of KP. So when you look at it on paper, right? And here, we'll pull this up again, right? All right. So again, ignore the power. The power is not correct, but from a Diplo perspective, diagonal is always harder. Just on leadership, it's always harder because you have to coordinate who's going to go into which zone. There's a chance that one of the camps doesn't get fights. There's a chance, right? Like left versus right or top versus bottom KvKs are just always better, right? Like they are just always better as far as like planning and structure of the KvK. Now, also on paper, like we are the weakest because we have the least amount of kill points, and then Fire is the strongest because they have the most amount of kill points. So, you know, you take the top and the bottom and then the two middle, and that's your kingdoms, right? So, but I would argue, and I said this in my video as well, like Water Camp is surprisingly stronger than they look. I think that while I would definitely take 1718 in a straight 1v1 against 3473, I think you've got much stronger allies. I think 1879 is way stronger than 2501, and then, you know, 2983 versus 2304 is probably, you know, a chalk up, and you could even give that edge to 2304 probably by a good margin because they have the Itachi accounts and stuff like that. So I mean, I think you're looking at a very high possibility that, I mean, Water Camp could be stronger than Fire Camp, just straight up. I'm just saying this right now. And then our camp, like, you could say that we're the weakest, but I have a lot of faith in 1981, man. You know, we've had some really shitty KvKs for a long time, and I'm not saying we're stacked, because we're not, right? Like, last KvK, believe it or not, I know it was draining for 3473, but the top end players of 1981 spent a lot less KvK. Like, I mean, I got 4.3 billion kill points. I healed 123 million troops. Like, you know, I didn't just recover and last KvK was a breeze and now I'm super stacked. That's not how that works. So, anyway, but with that said, I do think that 1981 hits harder than their power and KP. So, like, yeah, I mean, our camp could also win Zone 5. So, I don't know. You could argue that Diagonal would have been just as good, but it would have led to a more imbalanced KvK structure, and I think that's why people just went top versus bottom. You just make it easier. There are only two viable solutions. It's, you know, top versus bottom or diagonal. And for the sake of the KvK, I think people just said we want an easier, normal KvK instead of a diagonal one, and yeah, that's what we got. So, because right, in theory, and, you know, I didn't want to, I mean, I wasn't part of the discussions, but in theory, if we did a diagonal KvK, then we could just agree with 3473's camp, Water Camp, that, hey, nobody fights 1718 in Zone 5. Like, that's a risk, right? Right? And so then you just dominate wind and they don't get a Zone 5 fight either. And so it just makes it so, you know, nothing, it's just awkward. It's awkward. It's all these ifs. It's all these ands. It's all these buts. And so, yes. Anyway, that was the thought process. I know that was probably a longer answer than you actually wanted, but Also, thank you, Fake. I saw your chat. I did click with Huo instead. Grab the 600 gems? What do you mean? Okay, chat, I do need to buy the bundles here. And I know I said that I was going to do a quick stream today, so I do apologize. I've got another, probably about 5 to 10 minutes in me. I've got Counter-Strike to play with some IRL friends, man. So, 1228 seems extremely lean according to the stats, yeah. They definitely do seem pretty lean. What was I doing? Why is this? Okay. Oh, I know what I was doing. AM. We are level 18 already, which is kind of funny, but I've got 2 more quests to do. I actually don't think I'm gonna accept any of these. Let me refresh. I want to do the. What do I want to do? Probably the 240 gem quest with the next material event. I think we've got dig event coming tomorrow or 2 days, something like that. And so I'm gonna do that and just do 240 gem quests. So, all right, perfect. I'm not gonna pick up a bundle quest. Don't want to spend more than I have to. So I'm good at CS. Wait, what code, guys? Is there a 600 gem code that I don't know about? Is that literally wait, is that the code? It's literally just grab 600 gems? Have I done that before? Hold on. Where do you, it's like, where is it? Redeem here. Grab 600 gem. Yeah, I think I've already gotten it. Each character may only take it one. I think I've already gotten it. So. Okay, let's just, let's do the whale thing, guys. Let's go in here and we collect our stuff. And then after I collect, I know, short stream, and I do apologize. As soon as we start getting everybody in here, this is why I don't like doing short streams. But at the same time, I did want to do a short stream because I wanted to just see the community today. But yeah, I do have to run. I promised that I'd play CS with some friends of mine. So, all right, is that it? I think, and then I'll obviously get this probably tomorrow. I'm in no rush for it. Okay. I'll open these up on stream because I have no impulse control. What is my lineup for Lost Canyon? Oh, I can do Lost Canyon actually. Hold on. Let's see if I can rank up a little bit. This is my lineup though. It's a little unorthodox. I honestly think for Canyon, this sounds crazy, but I think the meta is 3 archers. I think you go mixed troop leadership with Trajan Shajar. You do ZL Herman in this spot. I know that sounds weird, but ZL Herman in this spot. QSH YSG here. And then this remains the same, this remains the same, and then this remains the same. Or actually, hold on. Okay. Okay, you want to know what my absolute perfect Sunset Canyon lineup would be? Those 3 archers that I just said. So Trajan Shajar with leadership, Quinn YSG, and then you have ZL Herman, and then you have Huo with Arthur with a, obviously like a wedge set. And then here you have an off lane of something like super tanky. So maybe even like a, I don't know, maybe like a Skippy or a Ragnar with Constantine, or you just do another Cav with like Nevsky with Belly or Nevsky Joan or something in this off lane to just deal some damage. But probably the imp. So I'd probably go like Ragnar with Constantine. Anyway, welcome to my TED Talk. I saw top tier use a Philip, Shajar, and Trajan. That's too much. Insufficient challenge attempts. Well, that's a lie. Okay, hold on. Chat, we're gonna hold on. We're gonna do a few challenges here. Give me a second. Oh, Onward March just came back. Rip. Anyway, I guess I gotta send out the farmers before I get on CS, huh? Yikes. Alright. Oh, look, they're already texting me, man. Alright. Okay. Farmer Treff. Let's go, bro. You and me. Alright, I think we do this. What do you guys think? Alright. Let's see how this goes. I can't wait for reset to be 7 o'clock again. You know, funny enough, it's actually worse for me. I like the 8 o'clock reset. I know this sounds kind of funny, but... Chat, am I winning or losing here? I think I'm losing. This is just a battle of the QSHs, man. What am I even looking at? I think oh! I mean, I'm pretty healthy. Nah, he won. This Shajar has too much HP. Alright, I lost. GG. He used his... What was his lineup? Hold on, I gotta relook at this. Hold on. He put his QSH in the off lane, right? Now where did he put his QSH there? Wow, that's such a dominant spot. Let's try to lane up on him, and then if that doesn't work, then we'll try to beat somebody else. But I mean, he's got better gear than I do, so we will take that with a grain of salt, you know? I feel like Guan with Rag is worse than Skip and Canyon. It is, yeah. But doesn't matter if you've got better gear, you know? Alright, so we do something like this. I try to kill that thing as fast as possible. We go here, here, here. We'll go Joan, because I'm hitting multiple targets. Alright. Alright, chat, let's try this. Alright, if this doesn't work, then it doesn't work, and we move on. I think Trajan is kind of out of the meta, you know? Just because, I mean, essentially, not enough things do skill damage. Like, my Arthur is not doing skill damage, my BQ is not doing skill damage, so... I don't know, it's a little interesting. I can't tell if this is better or worse. Chat, is this better or worse? I think this is going better for me? I can't really tell. His Huo has a lot of health. I think I win. I think I win. This is one of the weaknesses of having the YSG. I think I win, yeah. So this is one of the weaknesses of having YSG is when you're swinging into the middle of the ball, it's really weak. All right, so I'm first place. Everybody take the screenshot. Everybody. Lost Canyon, big can up top. All right, take the screenshot. I'm gonna last here for about 3 seconds. All right, we're gonna end on a high note, guys. Let me see if there's anybody to raid. I know, very short stream, so I do apologize. But you know, this is, I just wanted to get on stream and say hi to you guys. So Just something easy after work. If you haven't hit the like button, please do hit the like button. And I will, you know what? I might try to do these small streams more often. I think I've been having some fun streaming, dude. I'm motivated again. Isn't that crazy? It just took a good KvK. Finally. God. Finally. I stream and host Apo a lot, so I think I'm going to go ahead and raid Cortex. How about that? Alright, guys. That's going to be it for me. Much love, and thank you guys. Alright, so you guys have a good one. And we're going to recall the marches and send them out to gather while I go play some CS. Alright, much love, guys. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.